Welcome to our show once again on Anidi TV. Today, I'm delighted to have the founder and the leader of the new political party called the PUP, that is the Power Unity Party, in the studio today. Welcome, Prophet Eliel.
Thank you, Lawyer Andy.
You are the leader of the political party called
I'm a
PUP.
leader of the political party, which is PUP.
Okay. What are the objectives of PUP?
PUP is one of the most powerful political party that have established from Ghana.
Okay.
And we have a vision.
Okay.
And our vision is not like other political parties who have came and gone. Our vision is very powerful and different. And we believe that PUP will cause Ghana and the whole Africa to be successful.
What is so different about your vision as compared to the other parties?
There's a gap between the vision of PUP and other political parties.
Give me an example.
Because we have prepared ourselves fully to come and die for our nation, to come to do exactly every word that come out of our mouth.
Okay.
And all our promises, we will definitely make sure to fulfill all of them. That's why it makes it different. It's not just maybe as other political parties that don't have any vision of agriculture or don't have any vision concerned about the resources. They have it. But the reason why it's going to be different because of we are saying and we will do it exactly.
How are you going to do it? A lot of these political parties have also established this in the past. They've said it all. Okay, they've said it all. You know, we will build roads, create jobs. How are you going to do it?
First of all, before I can answer your question, let me just open your eye a bit.
Okay.
After that, I will come to
no problem.
A question. Every nation on this planet is supposed to be secular.
It's supposed to be what?
Secular nation.
A secular nation, okay.
That it means the nation is supposed to separate himself from anyone in that country.
Okay.
The nation is supposed to separate himself from family, from government, from church, from any spiritual activities.
Okay.
And the nation also supposed to be a person.
Okay.
That the nation have his own personality.
Okay.
He has his own law.
Okay.
And regulation.
Right.
And as soon as you see the nation to be a personal or secular, it means that nation will make sure to cut everything that will rise up against him. By the way we treat our nation, Ghana, our nation is not secular because we didn't allow nation to rule, to use his law to ruin us. We want to connect as a family. Oh, when you break the law of a nation, the law of a nation is supposed to deal with you. You see, because like I can use you as an example. You are the lawyer, and your body is yours. But there's an instruction that your body have assigned for you to do before your body can function. You have to eat, you have to drink, you have to bath, you have to wash your clothes. So many things have to work together. The nation is supposed to do the same thing. The nation have his laws, his regulation. A nation have different kinds of things he's supposed to do before he can function. But the Ghana or the Africa didn't allow our nation, to use his law to everything that he has.
Why do you say we have laws? We have laws. Don't we have laws? Are you saying
that law? That law is not the law of the government or the law of citizens. That law is supposed to be the law of Ghana.
But we have the laws of Ghana. Is that not the constitution?
Because we didn't allow the nation to be a secular. Because when you offended the nation is supposed to punish you. But because he's the NDC, because of he's a PEP, because he's a MPP, because of that, let it go. A nation will never do that. A nation will make sure to punish a government himself, the one who sat on the throne and called himself, I'm a president. When if you break the law of the nation, it's not other political party who's going to punish you. Okay. It's not a pastor, but the nation have his own character that he can use to punish you. But if allow a nation to be a secular, that nation will prosper, and that nation also will carry a lot of capacity to rule himself and his citizens. And when PUP if you come to power, we will make sure to allow Ghana to be a secular nation. Ghana didn't know any prophet. He didn't know any church. He didn't know any government. He didn't know any political party. What is know that everyone who is the part of that nation is supposed to obey him. It means you have to respect his laws, his regulations.
Are you planning to turn the country into military rule?
It's not military.
Okay.
Because that's when I started.
We have a process where you have to take somebody through when you want to even prosecute the person. Now, there are only hearsays that, okay, this person was corrupt, this person has stolen. How then do you arrest and jail the person?
Yeah, it's very, very important. Thank you for this question. That's why I'm just trying to use a nation is like a person.
Okay.
Because before you can function, every part of you is supposed to work together. But if you didn't allow your legs to work, that you can walk. And if you didn't allow the laws that our nation have established to ruling us, we would never prosper. Every organization, every group of people have rules and regulations that can bind.
Are you saying that the rules in Ghana are not working? Or we are not just following it?
Yeah, because we use the law that Ghana have established for himself. Like, oh, he's the family, or let it go, or because he's church, because he's the pastor.
Right.
No. A nation who have his own law doesn't know anyone or anybody what you know to punish you as soon as you refuse to obey him.
Okay.
That's when the other nations have developed. But now I can use a nation as a church as well. A church have his law, his regulation and other things. If you view a nation like what I'm talking about, we will prosper. When the PUP come to power, we will make sure to separate everyone from the rules and the laws of Ghana.
Mind you, we have the separation of powers in Ghana. We have the legal system, which is already working. You have the executive, the presidency, and then you have parliament. So it's working. Is it not working?
It's not fully. It's not functioning properly because we just use the law of Ghana as a family matter. Oh, he's my brother. Oh, because of that, I can't punish him.
Are you saying judges in Ghana are corrupt?
No, it's not all of them, but some of them. As I'm talking to you now, those who are corrupt, they know themselves. They know themselves. It's not all of them. But the one thing we're supposed to know, every nation has its good people and bad people. Some people in a nation who is the enemies of themselves, which is external enemies and internal enemies. But internal enemies are there, which is the foreigners, who doesn't allow your nation to function, to move forward. But apart from that, you have external enemies. They dwell with us. They are part of the MPs. They are part of the kings and police and the armies. They also dwell among us. They didn't allow the Ghana, a nation, to function properly.
First of all, would you agree that we should probably take presidency out of Ghana and make it prime ministerialship, like we used to have?
Okay.
So probably we can avoid corruption at an early stage. We can vote a prime minister out when we need to, and do not need to wait for 4 years for a general election to be held. Will it not be better?
Can you repeat your question again?
We have a president of Ghana.
Yeah.
But corruption is still emerging, right? It's still on the rise. Ghana is probably moving forward, but in a very slow and steady pace. We can do better than what we are at the moment. If we should eliminate the word presidency and make it prime minister, so that we have a prime minister, because with a prime minister, you can, vote and, eject him out of office at any time with majority.
Thank you.
Would it not be better to have that sort of leadership rather than the presidency?
Thank you. Talking about the monarchy. It's very, very important about this question. You are a very, very intelligent lawyer. It's not because of presidency that we are doing in other nations or in Ghana. That one just cause people to refuse to obey the law. It's not like that. Because, for example, before, which is 19th century, the whole world just organized themselves to see that the reason why the nation are always fighting against each other because of some family had took a nation as their property. It's only them who rule.
Okay. So who has taken Ghana as their property?
Yeah, I will come there. But now the people want to vote and choose their own leader. But what you are saying that if you choose or elect someone as a prime minister, that also is a good idea because I can use the Britain as an example because it's very hard for you to fight against them because they brought this idea for us.
Right.
But them, they didn't use these ideas to rule their nation. They have their queen mother, who is the head of the state of Europe. And at the same time, we have a prime minister. The reason why they didn't remove that monarch from there because they recognized that every king or queen had chosen by God. They will never disagree with what I'm saying. They respect them, but they believe that the power of Most High is upon them. As soon as you remove them from that nation would never prosper. That's when they are continuing to maintain their tradition. The same thing we're supposed to do. They see their queens, their kings as a god. But we see our kings, our queens as evil people. You see? But they don't respect them. That's when all this destruction has manifested in the black community. Because the way we see our leaders, we see them that they are evil, they are devil. And if anything that you see is good, you treat him what? Good. If you see things badly, by all means you will treat it badly. And we didn't respect our leaders as well. But now, I can use your idea that we have to go back to choose a one king or a queen to rule Ghana.
That would be very difficult, isn't it?
It's not difficult. It's understanding. It's teachings.
Okay. At this current state, we have the Ashanti king, we have the Oche king, the Ochim Ohene, the Gamanche, the northern. Who would you have probably selected as the monarch of Ghana?
The reason why maybe I can tell you that it's going to be difficult because if you don't have understanding.
But we don't.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Because if that's one is this generation is very hard for us to understand it, for what you're talking about. Before this vision can come to pass, we have to teach the children, the youth. Before that this constitution will come. And when we teach the children, the youth, they will take into their heart. And as soon as you try to change everything, they will understand you. But if you want to do it now, you're going to cause a war in Ghana. And if the whole Ghana agree that we're supposed to go back to follow the traditions of forefathers and choose one king or one queen to rule us and choose a prime ministers to run the country, that one is a long term. We have to teach the youth to let them understand.
The ideal thing. I think that would be best for Ghana.
Yeah.
Because when you have a country, a government in power that is not functioning well, and the people believe it. For instance, they attacked Mahama as very, very incompetent. His government were corrupt. Nana Addo, when coming to power, stated it. He is going to redeem Ghana from a crisis, right? So If this was the situation and Mahama was the prime minister, imagine the majority that voted, to be parliamentarians during the election. They could have easily voted Mahama out of office, and then, assume a new prime minister without waiting for that long haul of 4 years, 8 years, which I don't think is necessary. I mean, most of these, countries, Germany, Holland, Belgium, UK, they all have this system. So why can't we? Why doesn't Africans don't like to have prime minister? Name me one African country that uses the process. Name me one African country. There isn't.
There's none. Yeah.
Yes. So why is that? They always have that notion of the United States of America, but that is a different.
No, yeah, you are right. But the reason why all these things is happening to us because we don't have heart to deliver our nation or to help our nation. That heart is not there. If you have heart, pure heart, I want to die for my nation, all these ideas will come. Because you are going to think, they're going to be a thinker. What can I do to let my nation to be a successful nation?
Right. In terms of being successful, I'm going back to the same question. How are you going to create jobs?
Creating jobs is a very small thing. Because the president or every leader is supposed to think about the citizen. Your duty to protect citizens and their properties and create jobs. But now, let us ask ourselves, how many years Ghana have struggled to create a job for himself? 1,000 years. We are still poor people. The one who came to create a job for us, we have destroyed. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah came to create jobs, but all those companies have collapsed. That means we don't have that vision, that ideas to create jobs. But when PUP to come a power, we will make sure to create jobs because the job is inside the citizens.
How is PUP?
We will bring those jobs out.
How is PUP ideology different from that of Kwame Nkrumah?
It's not too much different because if you want to be successful and move forward, you have to go back to learning from your forefathers.
Okay.
And collect their mistakes and build some on top of what they have done. And what PUP want to try to do, we have to go back to follow the footsteps of our forefathers before our vision will come on top of it. Because we have seen that the reason we couldn't create a job because when someone became a president, beginning, he will come with power, happiness, some different kinds of promises. But as soon as they set you on the throne, your mindset will change.
Why is that?
The secret. Everybody have his master. And the African leaders, someone is ruling them.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And as soon as they gave you, the citizen gave you power to become president, you are going to be under someone. Because Africa or Ghana says, we are freedom. We are not free. Freedom is not like that. We are not proper free. There are different kinds of slavery. And the nation, the foreigners will take you through. And before you can come out from their hands, unless someone who have determined that I want to die, like how our forefathers tried to die for, save their nation and their citizens, that president is supposed to die because some of the nation were against you, including foreigners, external enemies, because they knew that Africa is a very rich country and all their strength come from the Africa. That's when our leaders are fighting. Don't tell me that our leaders are evil. They are not evil. They have a good mind, good heart. but something is fighting against them. That's why they couldn't create jobs. But when PUP come, we are coming to die and save our nation. You want to come to just depend on any other nation? If the war, we fight. Because what is going on now in Ghana and Africa, we need a leader who can sacrifice himself.
Are you sure you can?
Let me tell you the truth.
I mean,
I'm not going to joke. As I'm sitting here,
we can't even fight our leaders that are being corrupt. We can't. You see people misappropriating funds. We see people in neighborhood, in communities, and nothing is being done to them. And you're talking about war. How can we ever go to war?
Let me tell you the truth. War,
right,
is good.
Right.
At the same time, it's bad.
Okay.
Because some people, as I told you, before I can explain how we can create jobs, let me finish this topic.
Mm-hmm.
I use some word, external enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Those people,
mm-hmm.
when they die, their seed will remain inside of their children.
Mm-hmm.
And what they have done to Ghana, nation, their children will continue to do it. And we are going to sit down for some of the Ghanaian leaders mm-hmm. to destroy nation forever. Never. That's when we are coming up. We are not going to come because of money. We are going to come because we want to buy aeroplane cars. We are coming to save our people. I'm thinking about my people every day. People will never come to be a colony. As soon as Ghana accept us and give us a power to be a president,
do you think
Ghana will function?
Do you think Ghanaians can ever hold their leaders accountable, protest in a longevity manner, like they did in Libya, like they did in,
When I say war,
can they protest against?
When I say war,
there
are different kinds of war. I didn't say war because of some picture will come on your eyes. Oh, the bomb. No, it's not like that.
No,
when
but
I say war,
you can protest.
That one is there.
Okay.
But we have to remove those who did not allow Ghana to move forward. We have to remove from there. If those people are still there, I'm telling the truth.
Hold on a minute.
We will never.
Rollins did a cleanup exercise during his time. Rollins did one. And so many leaders were killed. Country is still the same.
That's when I say it's not kill matter. It's not bomb matter. When I say war, there are different kinds of war.
How is PUP going to do it?
Bless you. When I say war, it's not because we are going to buy guns and kill people. But those who are extended enemies, we will ban them and hide them in prison. They will never come back to see the sun anymore. They died there because they are the enemies of Ghana. Look at how the children are suffering. Look at how the poor people go to village and see. We have everything on our land. Ask yourself, why Ghana or Africa are still poor people? Some people are inside the nation and their vision that they will never allow Ghana to move forward. They take Ghana as their property, buy cars, go to and see what they are inside their bank account. And ask yourself, if all these people have all this money in their bank account, why we can't pay teachers what are advanced? Why we can't build hospitals? Why we can't make roads? Why we can't create jobs? If someone have this money in his account, that person can use that money to create jobs for the citizens to eat and drink. But all this money is inside of some of the leaders in Ghana's account as I'm talking to you now. That means some of them are wicked people. Those people must go before Ghana can be successful. And PUP we will come with power and strength, spiritually and physically. And I believe one day, something will happen. Ghanaians, they will hand over for PUP to let Ghana to be functioning properly.
That is what I'm saying. Rollins removed a lot of them, didn't he?
He killed them. But he removed, he thinks that when you kill them, that's what I told you.
Right.
When you kill them, your nation will be safe. But the one thing you have to know, kill them cannot solve the problem.
Okay.
But war it means I'll fight for the next generation. I will teach the youth, the children. I'll fight for them so that the children renew their mind. Because if the children have the same mind of our forefathers, Ghana will never progress. That's why we have to change the mindset of the youth. They are the future of Ghana. And if their mind will be clear mind, they will never be a corrupt. And PUP have this assignment, and we will do it.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to change the mindset of a lazy person? How are you going to do it?
Thank you so much.
Right.
The same question you asked me, that how can we create a jobs?
Yes.
Because a lot of presidential came and go without them create a jobs. The job is inside the citizen. For example, how many mineral resources do we have? Resources we have 5 types of what resources.
Right.
Ghana have all of them. We have renewable resources and unrenewable resources. All those resources are there. But why we are still borrowing money from the nation before we eat? For example, some people are fittest. They have ideas to create cars, or create different kinds of machines.
Right.
A president, how can you create a job for these people? They have a gift. They are fittest. They can maintain the cars, repair the cars and other machines. We can build a factories for these people. How many people in Ghana, they have interest? They have interest to be a fitter or technology. There are many. It's the duty of government to use these people to create a jobs. Tailors, sewing clothes and other things. How many? There are many. You can create a factory for these people and create job for them. This is the small ideas I just want to use to answer your question. We have a farmer there, and the job is inside the citizens that we have to bring them out. When PUP come to power, I'm telling the truth, give us just only 1 year. Everybody says, I'm going to work, I'm going to work, I'm going to work.
Are
Ghana,
you sure,
I'm telling you, Ghana will be like Utopia. Ghana will be like what? The God of Eden.
Don't you have that insertion that most Ghanaians have that ideology of Africans? They just want to be rich overnight. I mean, because you put a factory down and everybody wants to earn $10,000, $20,000 a month, or even more. They want to have a mansion at Transaco overnight. They want to drive in a luxury car overnight. So, Nanado created NAPCO. People are criticizing him. It's job creation. He created a job. He's created something, but people are criticizing him. It's not enough. And recently I met one MP aspirant, and he said, look, Andy, these days, working is not really manual. We don't go to work with manual. In Ghana, we have to sit on computer and work. But then that is not true. There are certain things that need to be physically tackled. Cleaning of gutters, for instance. Every single year, you have flooding issue in Ghana. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, I just don't get it. We have still uncovered gutters. We still have bad roads. Are we lazy?
It's too sad, lawyer, and that's why we don't have to blame our leaders too much.
Exactly.
The reason I say we don't have to blame them, we have to blame them because the burden is supposed to be on them. They're supposed to wake up and fight for the next generation.
Town and Planning Council, what is their duty?
They are there.
So what is their duty? If it is not functioning, why don't we obsolete it? Why don't we just...
Because there's no laws that can control them. I can't remember before. They are very, very busy. Some years ago, maybe 30 years ago, I can remember.
I quite remember.
When town council is coming, everybody is running.
A champion stand.
Yeah.
So what has happened to them?
Yeah. Because now, you can see all this. Look at how Ghana is dirty everywhere.
Right.
Look at how Ghana is dirty. And the next thing I just let you understand that the reason why we don't have to blame our leaders a lot, we are the citizens, we are the part of the problem.
Right.
Because the responsibility of a presidency different from responsibility of citizens. We have responsibility. The citizens also have certain things they can do to what? To help government.
Prison service. What are you going to do to? I mean, obviously, surely they can help. I mean, when somebody's still, plantain or chicken or goat, they sentence them 20 years in prison. Why can't they give them communal labor? Why can't they give them, something of that nature to do? Clean gutters. I mean, why are they in prison?
Because when PUP, by the grace of God of Almighty, if Ghanaians gave us a power to become a president, all the prisoners, before you can come out from the prison, you are going to be educated. You are going to get your own job. You are going to do. Because the reason why you're stealing money, or you're stealing somebody, or stealing somebody's gold and other things because you don't have money, you don't have work to do. And all the armed robbers in Ghana, they are complaining that because there's no job, you see, and they have got something to stand on it. And if you are armed robber and you are still killing people and stealing people's money because you don't have job, as soon as we take you into prison, we are going to give you a job. And when you come out, you are not continuing.
A lot of leaders have talked about agriculture and the production of our own foodstuff and food produce. Yet you have a lot of kings and chiefs and queen mothers sitting on vast acres of land. What are you going to do about it?
Just, lawyer, at times I'm crying in my heart, in my mind, when we try to borrow money from other nations. I'm tears, proper tears. I'm praying for my leaders every day. I'm praying for Nana Akufo-Addo every day. I'm praying for him. This is the one of the sadness that all the black people or the Africa or Ghana supposed to cry in tears that something is moving on the land of Ghana or Africa. The man cannot do anything about it. You sat on your own land, and that land is very rich. You have water. You have different kinds of resources on your land. You have oil on your land, and you can't create jobs, and you can't maintain these resources to help yourself. It's a case. This is what I can say, because it doesn't make sense. Let us use Europe and other nations as an example.
So are these chiefs, probably you mentioned that we don't respect them. Is it because they are not also resourceful? Is it because they don't want to contribute? Because all they know is selling lands and building properties on them. Mm-hmm. That is the ideology of Ghanaians. I just want to buy a land and build on it. But you will never hear a chief saying, I'm allocating maybe these acres of land for farming.
Bless you. When PUB become a power,
right,
we are going to buy land from the kings and pay them. We are going to use the whole Ghana, that land, as the property of President of Ghana. Before, what you're talking about will be established properly. Because every king has a power to sell the land for himself. Number one, which is so sad that when they sell the land, and people who buy that land and they build their houses, mm-hmm. they expect a government to come and make a road for them. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Because you king is supposed to make the roads.
Road, yeah.
Yeah. And some of the land you don't have to sell it because it's the way of the water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because of a king also doesn't have money to make that roads, before you know, those who are going to stay in that place always cry and tormented and insult the leader. Yeah. That why the leaders allow this place, there's no growth here. No, because when he made that rules for you, what profit Ghanaian will get from that place? As an intelligent government supposed to buy the land from the king and pay them and make rules before he can sell the land. Because when he sells the land, he will get more profit from that land. That profit is for the whole Ghanaians. and make roads. The reason why he's going to make roads because he's going to build companies and the filling stations. He will get money and make that road for them. But if you take the money and you eat, you say, I'm the king, I said all this land is mine, you expect government to use his money to make roads for you. It's not going to work. That's when every president is suffering to make roads for Ghanaians. This is one of the secrets. And when PUP become to power, we will make sure to buy the land from all the kings. We and the kings, we will work together. I'm telling you that Ghana will be a great nation because we are going to build mansions, houses, and anyone from 18 years, 23 years, you have to get your own room, your own house to stay. This is what we are going to do because we are going to use the land to help ourselves. That's why I feel so bad for MPP because MPP have a great vision. I'm telling you, Nado, I can't say Nado doesn't love Ghana. He loves Ghana. The reason why I say he loves Ghanaians because if someone have shown his interest to a poor people to go to school, it's a first sign. Anyone who think about the poor people, that's the first time you have to see something inside that person. And the reason why I said I love him, the way he started thinking about the poor people, those who don't have money to go to school. That's why he established what? Free
junior school.
But he didn't start it the right time. That's when everything happened upside down. But when PUP come and take a seat and rule Ghana, we use the only land, just only houses, to create a jobs to pay teachers as well. The free education is supposed to be there forever and ever because we can find so many means to get money to maintain it. Free education is a good, but Nana, our president and his people didn't start at the right time. That's when Ghanaians are crying because now they don't demand a lot of money to pay the teachers. Before, we took school fees, isn't it? They pay school fees. Ask yourself, why the former government didn't they pay the school fees for you? You cannot maintain. You cannot pay the teachers. You took the money from them. You can't pay the teachers. You can't just help the other schools. But someone said, I will never take money from any family or any child. I'll pay everything for the teachers. Then that means former president got a lot of money from the Kenyan because Nana has spent a lot of money because of this free education. But when they sat on the throne, all those money. And PUP will come and buy the land from all the kings and queens. And that land will be a property of Ghana. And everyone, citizen in Ghana, will benefit from what we are going to do.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk more. Thank you.
Maintaining a presence at the forefront of a global issue with the desire to help others come to a resolve in personal and business affairs is why Andy D Legal and Immigration Associate was established.
We specialize in overseas British passport applications, bails and temporary admission, deportation and detention cases.
The profound pattern in achieving positive results with fragile cases in immigration, nationality, European Union and human rights law, adoption, marriage, divorce, litigation, and so on, up to date, has been broken, and that is why our client base continues to expand.
We also do representations at the UK border agencies and overseas consulate, human rights law, and settlement and leave to remain applications.
We have the right keys to unlock any case across the spectrum of law, locally in London and across the borders in Ghana, where our other branches are established.
We are located at 44 Broadway, Stratford, E15 1XH. Our telephone number is 0203 1300 751. Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking about so many important aspects of improving Ghana. The economy of Ghana.
Economy.
How is it at the moment?
Economy of Ghana is too low, and because of we didn't use some of the policies to protect our economy.
Okay.
That's one is affected the citizen a lot, and the nation also cannot move forward to help himself because it's too low. And when PUP come to a power, we will make sure to maintain economy Ghana properly. And before economy can stand firm properly, the government is supposed to use this word called protectionism. Protectionism is one of the policies that can sustain the economy of every nation. It means before a nation can progress concerning about the economy, we have to use local raw materials a lot than the import one. Yeah. And the protectionism will make sure to be a blockade for those who are import things from Ghana or to the nation, those who are sending their goods to come and sell to the citizens.
Okay.
The government is supposed to use this policy to stop them.
Okay.
Because the people who in that nation also have a product they're supposed to sell. But if a government didn't use that policy, which is the protectionism, the other nation will take our money and just send back to their nation.
Okay.
And protectionism will stop them because you are going to hide their tax. And when they see that the tax you are going to take from them is very higher than what they are going to get from in, they will stop what imported things goes to your country, so that the citizens also will make sure to sell their things for themselves.
Custom duty, when you are importing things that are not even manufactured in Ghana, the duty is so high as compared to other countries like Nigeria, Togo, even Burkina Faso. They use our port and they pay less. What are you going to do about it?
This is one of the most something that are fighting against Ghana economy as well. Right. At the same time, the rest citizens are suffering. Okay. The reason all these things is going on because of the free education, because the government want to get a lot of money to sustain the free education, because his vision to maintain free education to be like a norm for every citizen of Ghana. Right. But when PUP come to power, we will find other ways to get money to sustain the free education. And because of that, we will lower the tax.
Okay. Import duty.
Yes.
You're going to lower it. A lot of them have said it.
The reason why it's high now, the tariff is very high, because of the government need money to pay the teachers, to take care of the student as well. That's why if we didn't do that, we are going to suffer a lot. That's when the taxes will just have raised up a lot. But when PUP come, we are not going to use the tax to do that. We are going to find different way to pay the teachers and just to maintain the students as well. I believe God will help us. And I just want to tell the Ghanaian leaders to be careful, because when you put a lot of tariff on the what they call your citizens, that means you are above to collapse your nation or your kingship, and they have to be careful. And that's when they have to use the protectionism, that policy, so that we can buy our own product. Because when those who are import their goods into your country see that you are raising high tax for them, they will stop to import.
When we have, exactly how are you going to do it? Are you going to raise taxes on goods that are already being manufactured, or goods that we have them in Ghana that are being imported? Are those the ones that are going to attract higher import duties? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, the reason is higher because of those who outside, those who have sent their goods into the country.
Yes, I understand that. But you see, there are, irrespective of what you're sending to Ghana, it's just high, except for agricultural products, machinery and stuff like that, and mosquito nets and things like that. But aside those things, we don't manufacture cars in Ghana. We don't do that. But we just have one person doing it at the moment.
Yeah.
Would your government be keen in helping Apostle Kojo?
Okay, it's what I knew that maybe they have two things they base on it.
Okay.
The one whom you expect government to help him, and he also is ready to open up to give all his ideas to support Ghana, but or the government want to support him so that those things will be only for his family.
Okay.
Because maybe the Apostle could just have a vision for himself.
Right.
That I want to use this this idea to help myself and my family.
Right.
That's why maybe that we use the nation money to support him.
Okay.
But unless him just open his mouth and say that this idea, I just want to spread it for Ghanaians.
Okay.
And the government also, this will just make me feel so bad.
Okay.
That we are so selfish.
Right.
That as soon as we see someone is cramped on the mountains, instead of the black man supposed to push him so that he can get more strength to be on top of that mountain, we will bring him down. A government who is very serious to use technology to maintain his nation will buy that company from Apostle Kojo Safo. We must buy from him and make him to be a head to help the children, because if you lose this man, we are going to be suffer. The one thing that MPP, I'm not understand them, because why we allow Chinese, China, if you borrow money from other foreigners, it doesn't mean they have to come to ruin you. You borrow money from them, and they give you tax to pay, and they don't have power to control your government. There, you are just opening door for them to come to make their establish their company and other factories to molding cars in your country. You knew that you have one person in your country who have that knowledge. You have to help that person. And Ghana leaders must be careful to help Kojo Safo. We have to buy that idea from him.
Are your presidential cars going to be made by Apostle Kojo Safo?
We have to show him that we love our products.
Yeah, we have been crying that we don't have ambulances, but some of his vehicles can
That's why we are so
ambulance.
selfish. The other nation that doesn't do, because the one thing we have to know, before a nation can be functioning, it's not just only it's not just only one gift. You have so many gifts to fix together. Like I can use this word mechanism. This camera, you see, it's a one body.
Right.
Before this camera can function properly, open inside this camera and see the cable, different kinds of cable. One connected this one from here, one draw this one from here, they work together. Before a nation can function properly, it's not just only one gift. We need teachers, lawyers, technology, all those things to work together. Philosophers, thinkers. Now, Apostle Kojo Safo is a sign. I'm thinking about that man every day. And I'm praying for that man every day. I'm feeling so proud that I've got a man from my own country molding cars. Why we worry ourselves we don't have ambulance? Why a government doesn't want to buy this idea for the whole Ghana, so that Apostle Kojo Safo will spread his wings to help other children? How many years? 10 years. The other children, youth will start to make different kinds. Now, he has started. The next generation will do more than what he has done. If you allow this man to die without using him, we are the most wicked nation on this earth. Remember, the Britain just want to solve their problem. They see that only one person have that idea, isn't it, to solve that problem.
Right.
And what they try to do, they want to give him money and take that ideas. As soon as they got that idea, they will spread it to the schools and everybody will learn it. And this idea will continue to be in this country. But what Ghanaians have in this man, it's not just only cars they come out, fridges, TV, all those things. What is going on in Ghanaians leaders? Why we are so wicked? Why we are so selfish? But when PUP come to power, we will buy that idea from that man. Pay a lot of money and let him just release that blessing for Ghanaians so that we will start to teach the children in schools.
NDC, presidential candidacy, is costing around 420,000 Ghana cedis. Is it the same within PUP?
Again, costing, please.
To run as a presidential aspirant for NDC is costing those candidates 420,000 Ghana cedis. Does it cost that much to be within PUP?
Maybe it can be more than that. Because you can spend money,
right?
And that money you are spending is not because of you. If you didn't spend that money, you can't help your nation. And that one, I don't have anything too much to say about it. You do understand what I'm talking about?
To stand as a presidential candidate.
Yes.
People are paying 420,000.
Yes.
The ideals, why should they pay that much?
Because it's the law. Because the nation also has to benefit from what you are doing. And that money is for the nation. Because they want to see your seriousness. Because before electoral commission, when I stepped inside the politics, I just clapped my hands for electoral commission. They didn't joke about their laws and their regulation. Every little law they have, if you want to establish political party, if you like it or not, you have to obey and do it. And that money is for Ghana. They want to see your seriousness. Like if you're really serious.
Do you ever get it back if you lose?
I can't say much about that because you pay it. When you pay something, it won't come back again. But it seems like they do that to use that money also to support the political party because they give you something to support you. They didn't take the money to eat for themselves. They use the same money to help the political parties.
How?
As well. Because if you are the outside of the box, it's very hard for you to know what inside of it. Because the electoral commission is the head of all the political parties. They train them, they guide them, they support them. That's what I know.
Okay.
And it's like a monthly dues that you're supposed to pay to support your community or your group that you are in. And I believe that the reason why they took that money because of is that we are in one society, in one group, so that we pay that tax or that dues.
But don't you
help ourselves?
There are others who probably will have the ideology, the capacity to rule a nation, and might not have that money, and therefore we lose them, and we probably, sanction or award that candidacy to somebody who is probably incompetent but has the money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you quite remember, and UGCC, when it was formed, the actual person who actually started it was a businessman from Takoradi and called on to Kwame Nkrumah to come to Ghana. So he is rich, but he thought, I can't rule the country. He therefore called on to somebody else. So when they instigate such huge prizes or amount for people to pay to enable them contest, I mean, of course, don't you think there should be a way of actually synchronizing those who are serious and those who aren't than to pay huge money?
But I think that this one is not a big problem too much because our forefathers, I call him a prophet, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, peace be unto him. Because of if you allow someone to let you in what you are doing, you have to do something for yourself, because they didn't call him just like that, because they saw something inside of him. And he also has spent a lot of money about his education. As you are a great lawyer in the bulletin, everybody knew lawyer, and you are intelligent.
Thank you.
How much money you are spending before you reach this level? It's a lot. And now, if a government, as I'm going to tell you to Ghana, see what inside of you, and recognize that this man can help my presidency or my presidential work I'm doing, they have to call you. You said, because you started and you allowed people to see what inside of you. And if someone have ideas to help his niece, the person doesn't have money, the person must do something so that the other leaders can see that, oh, this man is a great man. This man is very. Let's go and bring him to join us. This is what I can say. But if you don't have money and you have ideas, you have to start something a little bit. So that everybody will see what inside of you. You can't stay in your house and say, I have these ideas, and eat and drink and sleep and tell that, oh, they don't allow me to come in. No, you have to let people see what inside of you.
Most people go into this presidential candidacy race and already they get into debt. And once they win power, it is for them to then settle those people. Is PUP going to endorse those sort of things? Encourage it? You know, like somebody will just come and invest a lot of money into your campaign, but when you come to power, probably the person is corrupt and you can't do anything about it.
Okay, the one thing everybody have to know this, you have to remember your beginning. Your beginning is very important. But your end is very important than your beginning. Before you can come out to establish political party, only you cannot do it. Some people must put their money together to hold you, to bring you what? Out. And when you become on top, why are you going to forget these people? You will never forget about it. But the one thing you have to know, don't let them take a position whom they don't have ideas about that position. You know what I'm saying? If someone is a fitter or a doctor, and the person doesn't have any knowledge about a party, about how we rule a nation, because he uses his money to support you, and he told you, oh, now you are come to power, how to be MP. You have to think that he doesn't have knowledge to be MP. That's the problem. But some of the Ghanaian leaders didn't use what I'm talking about. They just give it to you, but you don't have idea, because if you gave him money, you can give any position you like. And the person doesn't have any idea about his position. That's one of the problem as well.
What do you think about John Mahama coming back as a presidential candidate?
What I'm just trying to tell all the Ghanaians and NDC to think twice. When you fall, the reason why you fall, you have to know the reason why and go and learn from your mistake before you can come back. Ghana is not for MPP and this, it's for Ghanaians. They gave you power. They say they don't want you anymore. But how they are going to mention certain things that you have done it? And you have to step back to go and think about what you have done to your nation before you can come back. What I'm just trying to tell former President Mahama, that God sees the heart, and he himself knew what he had done against Ghanaians. And Ghanaians removed them. No MPP removed them, no PUP, no any other political party. Ghanaian citizen remove you from your throne. And you have to fear. Before you can come back for them to accept you, you have to go back to history and cry and tears and learn
Right.
before you can come. If he had learned from his mistake that you want to come back, may God bless you. The same people who came, you came to ruin them, is the same people who remove you from your throne. And you're going to come back. You think that they are blind. Their eyes are open. He doesn't think that he can come to a power again unless he changes his mindset. And let Ghanaians also decided that now, the way former president speak, we can see that when we give him a chance, he will do.
You think he's wasting his money and time at the moment?
Not wasting his money, but he has a vision for Ghana. He doesn't want to lose that vision. He want to fight to persuade his vision. That's one. If because of he love money, he can stay, he has money, go into his account. He can stay home and eat and drink with his wife and children. But something inside of him he want to use to support Ghanaians.
Is it because
that's why he spend all this money? This is what I can say. But now what I see that former president have done a mistake before. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And before Ghanaian can accept him, he must to go and collect his mistake.
Is he shocked? Is he shocked that he's out of power? Because they undermine another, he's not a presidential material. They said all sort of things. And all of a sudden, he lost the election unprecedented. Is it what is actually like, okay, I'm coming back. I want to prove that I can win this. Is that a race?
That's what I said. Every government, all your power is for citizens who gave you that power to ruin them.
Yeah.
And if they say, no, the way you ruin us is no good, we don't like it, go. They took their power from you. Before you can get that power back, the citizens are supposed to decide.
Should Anadu tell you to meet him, draw and join ideas to rule Ghana, or Mahama, which one would you have opted for? Should any of them contact you? The NDC or the MPP? Because these are the two major parties.
They are my fathers.
Would you? Yeah. So who?
They came before me.
Right.
And they have different kinds of skills and ideas. I don't have to learn from them.
Okay.
But the one thing we're supposed to know, if any one of them want to call me, to share ideas with me, the door are open.
Any of them?
Any of them.
Okay.
But I will never move from my position. They can't move me.
Okay.
What I want to do to support my country, you can call me, we share ideas together. But you can't change my mindset. That one,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Are you going to contest the 2020 presidential?
I'm very serious to do that. And it's already started.
Okay.
And I believe when the right time comes, Ghana, they put their power inside of me to become a president. So that me also, I will show my vision, what inside of me to Kenyans.
Okay.
And I believe that. But now I didn't just try to force myself to become a president. I don't want to do that. I just want to serve my nation.
Okay.
Now I didn't want to be a president. And I don't want to challenge any political party that I want to become a president. What I'm going to try to do, I want to serve my nation. That's what I'm going to do. I want to try to do something to my nation so that they can see that, wow, if you give chance for this man, he will do better. Now I'm going to be a servant of all Ghanaians. I'm going to serve them. And I'm not going to be a president before I can serve them. I'm already started to serve my people. Yeshua of Jesus said, if you want to be a leader, you have to be a servant.
Give us your last words from PUP.
All the Ghanaians, PUP, want to encourage all of you to continue to hold your peace and your integrity. PUP says, Ghanaians, you have really done well. You are taking care of all your leaders, those who came, those who are there to go. But the one thing you have to remember, Ghana, you need a fresh anointing, a fresh ideas to maintain your integrity. Choose PUP and give PUP power to become a president, so that you will endure, you will prosper. 2020, vote for PUP. The one thing you have to know, you need a good leader who fear God, who think about you. And PUP have that feeling for you. The God of Israel shall bless all of you, and may God shall bless our president and Anto. PUP, if they come to power, Ghana, they will enjoy. Lawyer Angie, you also, I just want to appreciate you. You are so good to me, and you call me from far, and you love PUP, you love NDC. You are not just only one political party. I don't know the actual political party you're in, because the way you act towards all the political parties. You are the father of the political parties in London. And may God bless you. Your idea, you have a brain, and I believe that this idea will never be inside of this country. And I believe when the time comes, he will call you, so that you bring your ideas, support all Ghanaians. And I just want to say all the leaders of the political party, which is PUP in Ghana, may Yahuwah bless all of you, all our ministers and those who want to be woman organizer, men organizer, all of you. May God bless all of you.
May God bless all of you. Come 2020, we hope you could elect, and you will elect, PUP to power to give Ghana a better push to that finish line. You heard it all from the leader and founder of PUP, that is Prophet Eliyahu Boateng. You heard it all from him. He's going to join us very soon, and we'll be discussing more other subject areas that will help the betterment of Ghana. Join us same time next week on The Hour Show. Remember to subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram. Good day.
Thank you. Yes.